going on, guys? It's me, Mike, and today, like I promised you guys, I was going to do an animation tutorial. And as you can see, this tutorial is going to be based on a glowing moon with like this makeshift shooting stars type thing. And I thought it was pretty cool. It's definitely creative. You know, this image is composed of like two different images. We got a separate moon image, and then we got the separate landscape image with the sky. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, and fun. Alright, so I'm just gonna save this real quick. And basically, you will want to click on the description box below this video to download. Go to the links that I provide, or go to my website. I should have the links there. Like I said, the links will be in the description box for the links for the images. So basically, you want to start off with a new file, and make sure your image is 500 by 500. And since we're not gonna, you can leave it at 72 resolution. We're not publishing this on the web or anything. So once you get your image, you're gonna make sure it's black. Control I, to change it black. And next, what we're gonna do is select, go to that link I told you. It's on my website. It's a link to that says moon, and then there's gonna be a link that says landscape. Click on the link that says moon, and the link should download a file for you, right? So after you've done that, go to File, Place, and you should see the moon, and press Place. Now it's gonna be pretty big. It's gonna fill up the actual canvas of this, which is good because that shows how good of a quality it is. I made sure I got a good quality moon so you guys can crop it and resize it and whatnot. So once you get your moon, go into your layers panel, click rasterize layer. That's gonna convert it from a smart object to a rasterized layer. Select your magic wand tool over here on the left, and what we're gonna do now is select all the black within the this selection and hit backspace. That's gonna remove all the black from the moon, leaving it in its own layer. So it doesn't look like anything happened because remember our background layer is black. So if it's white, then you'll kind of see the difference. Now Control D to deselect, or go up to the top and select. Go to select and select deselect. Yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna resize this moon. So Control T to transform, and we're gonna hold Shift and Alt to make sure we constrain those proportions so we don't alter our moon. We're gonna keep it completely circle, and we're gonna resize the moon to a reasonable size. Right, so that looks pretty cool right there. Maybe a little lower. Alright, cool, that's good. And hit Enter or Return on your keyboard. And we're gonna nudge it up a little bit, or just drag it up to the upper left hand corner, and we're gonna leave that there for right now. Now click on that link that says landscape on my website. It should be in the projects file. The project, this one's gonna be shooting star with glowing moon project, I believe. Just click on the link below, you'll see it. Now go to File, Place. We're gonna do the same procedure, and we're gonna select that landscape. The landscape I actually copied. It's off a website called wallalphacoders.com, but like I'll have the saved image for you guys. Don't worry about this. So I'm just gonna go right click and copy image. But you would do the same process as you did for the moon. For me, I'm just gonna go edit, paste. Alright, so here's our image. I'm just gonna nudge it up so I can see some of the landscape as well as the sky. So that looks pretty good right there. And I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Bring it below the moon layer, right? And as you can see, the moon is right there. I do have some remnants of the black in the moon from that black background, so I'm just gonna erase that. Alright. So there's our moon. It looks pretty huge, so I'm gonna resize it just a little bit more. Alright, that looks pretty good right there. Hit return, and I'm just gonna nudge it up a little bit more. And what I'm gonna do is just double click on that moon layer. I'm gonna give it a outer glow. Alright, now select your outer glow, and the default color is like this off-white yellow color or whatever. So we're gonna make sure we're not gonna edit anything except for the size, so we're gonna leave the size at 10 for this one, and we're gonna just press OK because we're gonna edit this in our next animation frame. Alright, so to make the shooting stars is, this is where the creativity comes in. You get a brush, a circular brush that's about 19 pixels, and make sure the hardness is at 100. And we're gonna select anywhere. We're gonna make sure we create a new layer for this one. So Control Shift N to create a new layer, and we're gonna zoom in for you guys. And as you can see, I'm gonna just put a dot anywhere like that, and I'm gonna select my Smudge Tool, which is right here, right below the paint bucket tool. I'm gonna right click and select Smudge Tool, and I'm gonna go right above that dot I made, hold the left mouse button and hold Shift, and I'm just gonna drag. So as you can see, it's like you're smudging it, and just keep doing that repeatedly until it looks like a little comet or a little shooting star or something like that. So as you can see, you can kind of use that for like shorter shooting stars. I'm just gonna drag it out a little bit more. Alright, and I may decrease the brush a little bit to kind of get the finer details within the tail of the shooting star, like that. And kind of like a baseball bat, but you guys can kind of alter it the way you want to. So once I have the shooting star the way I want it to look, I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit. I'm gonna press Control T to resize it, and I'm gonna resize it a little bit, and I'm going to rotate it to where it looks like it's shooting from like an actual shooting star. So I resize it. It's pretty small, which is cool. The shooting stars is actually kind of small the way you look at it. Alright, so I'm just gonna put it at like a, what is this, like a 45-degree angle, and hit enter or return. And I'm gonna put it one behind the moon, and what I'm gonna do is duplicate this this shooting star into like 4 different shooting stars. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I hit Control J 3 times, so I should have 3 shooting stars. I'm gonna put a shooting star right there, a shooting star right below it, and a shooting star right there. That looks pretty cool. Let me see. So I should have only this one left, and I want to make sure all these shooting stars are below my moon layer. So select all those layers. Alright, and bring it below the moon layer, and we're gonna make sure our layer 1 background is locked because we don't want to alter it. Alright, so now that we have our shooting stars, we want to control click on them, and we're going to decrease the opacity of each one of them by 75. We're going to put them all at 75 because we don't want it too bright of a shooting star. We just want it to where you can see it in the offset of the glowing moon. Alright, so after you've done that, now we're going to go into our animation step of this tutorial, and this part is going to be really cool. So we're going to make sure you have your animation window set up. So go to Window, go to Animation, and you should have an animation bar at the bottom, like this little window. And we're going to make sure we hit that New Frame tab. That makes a duplicate frame. So remember, the first frame is going to be just like this. It's going to look just like this. Your second frame is going to be the result of your moon glowing and the shooting stars going past. So next, what we're going to do is go back into our moon effect, and we're going to select that outer glow again, and we're going to make sure the outer glow is at 90. So as you can see the difference, the 90, the moon is glowing, more radiant. Alright, and next we could be creative now and start moving the stars off of the canvas. So as you can see, I'm moving the stars just like that. Just click on the stars and just drag them off the canvas, just like that. Just drag them off. You want to make sure you keep them, steady. You don't want to. I mean, if you want, you can still leave the stars there if you want. But I'm just showing you guys how to do a shooting star type of effect. So I moved all the shooting stars off canvas, and now we have our glowing moon. Now if we select frame 1 again, You can see the shooting star still there, and then once you hit frame 2, the shooting stars are gone and the moon is glowing. So now select frame 1. We're gonna hit this button way down here that says Tween Layers or Tween Frames, animation frames. We're gonna click on that, and we're gonna make sure it's set to 5 frames and set to next frame. Right? After you hit next frame, we're gonna hit OK. Alright, so as you go through the frames, you can kind of see the moon glowing, and the shooting stars are going past the moon, and the moon is glowing as it's doing it. So you're doing like 2 animations at once, which is really cool about this tutorial and really unique. And I think it's a good learning experience for you guys that want to do animation within Photoshop and want to do more than one animation at one time. So you can set all of these frames to about half a second each, just for a nice delay. Now if you want to save it, go to File, Save for Web and Devices, and wait for it to load up. It's gonna optimize your image. You want to select Original at the top, because sometimes Optimize can distort your image a little bit. And we're gonna hit that Play Animation button down here. So as you can see, there's the moon glowing and the shooting stars going right past. Now as you can see, it goes rough. It starts hard back to where the shooting stars are just placed right back on the canvas and shooting back down. So if you guys want to do that, to where it's fading back into where it started from, you want to select that last frame number 7 you should have, and select that Tween animation frames again, and you want to make sure it says Tween with first frame, and press OK. So what it does is it actually looks like it's rewinding in a way. So go back to Save for Web and Devices and you'll see what I'm saying. I'm gonna let it optimize. Alright, so press play, and as you see, it's gonna look like the stars is actually coming back. So it's like a looping animation in a way. So that's just something to play around with if you guys want to get all advanced into it. So it's me, Mike. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please visit cmykarts.com for more project tutorials, animation tutorials, and much more. See you again. Peace.